Hey garden friends, welcome back to Flower Patch, and today I have something a little different going on. I am learning a new skill, and that's the screen capture videoing, and I'm in my office, someplace I haven't videoed before, and I wanted to share one thing. Hopefully you can see these, but just a couple weeks ago I did a video on planting up some amaryllis bulbs, and look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? This is the one that had the wonky little kind of crispy leaves. I need to cut that off. But look how gorgeous the flowers are. It's got 3 flower heads on it, and there's another bud here. And these are leaves, but another bud right, oh, let me see, right there. So that was a total win. And then it's Dusk Mate, which is another white one. I have to share these, you guys. Look at this one. This one has 4 on it, and beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? And another one coming up right here. Another stem. Love it. Beautiful on my desk. Everything else is faded. Now this is a third one I did. And I planted it at the same time. And I think the pot's too small. I think the pot's too small for it, so I need to pot it up. But this is the red one. So it could be just the variety. I'm not sure, but I will. It just has been stunted. So I'm going to put it in another pot. Okay. Back to what I wanted to share with you today for real, and that is the USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map. Did you know it was interactive? I didn't. I was clueless. And then a viewer left me a comment saying it was interactive after I complained about my zone changing down to a 6B. So I went online and I was dinking with it, and it's amazing. It is amazing. So I want to share. So I'm looking at my screen. Let's pull it up here. So right here, normally how I've always used it is put in my zip code. And then you see where it came up with 6B here, and the low temperatures are average lows being -5 to 0, and that's not. And I am not a 6B, and I know that because of my observing. But if you put in or use current location, let's see. Okay, that's not my address, but it's almost close enough. I'm going to change the address, of course, to mine. Now the first time I used this, it came up with the right address. But of course I'll obscure my address. So here it is. I'll click on it, and then I'll click on this little circle over here. Find my location. Then it puts up the dot. And that's not exactly my dot. Yeah, that is mine. Okay, so you see this, it brings up this, gives you all of that, but you hit that arrow over, and then it gives you the zone, 8B. And that really is my zone because it matches up with my average low temperatures, which can be 15 to 20 degrees. So there you have it. They've improved it. What they've done to improve accuracy with the zone map is they have put up more weather reading stations. So I think they have like double the amount or more, so they're getting more points of reference, and that's helped to get a better reading in areas. Now it's not perfect because you know, most things they can't hone in on every little microclimate, but it's a really much closer than it ever was. But what I wanted to relate was, you know, that is not, you can have some freak low temperatures that can last a while, that can harm plants that have lived in your garden for years and years and been hardy. For example, some weather events like Texas and Oklahoma had last year, not last year, the year before, deep freezes, deep freezes, and it lasted like a week long. People's water pipes were busting, the electrical grid went down. I mean, it was a major event. Well, the plants there weren't used to that, so a lot of people lost plants that are normally hardy, and those things can occur. We have had events where we've gotten down to 10 degrees. I don't think we've gotten any lower. It could have been here and there, but I'm usually pretty closely watching our weather and the temperatures. So that was a freak event, and what was even freakier about it is the week before we were having 80s, nothing was dormant, and that's when I lost a whole lot of roses. because it went from warm and just freezing like that in a freak thing, and yeah, it killed them because they were not toughened up for winter conditions, and that can happen. But your average is your average, and usually what you will face. At times, like I said, you will lose plants to some freak events, but that's okay. It happens everywhere, not just in your area. If you want to aim for a lower zone for hardiness when buying perennials, that works. But even in that instance, when we got that 10-degree drop, or that 10-degree drop to 10 degrees, it would have helped because, yeah, it just was so cold so fast and the plants were dormant. But those are rare. So I hope you found this little blurb helpful, that you can go in and maybe hone in on what is closer to you in the USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map. And please do refer to my my video I just did on what you need to look at, as well as your USDA Plant Hardiness Zone Map, when you're deciding on your garden and things when you're planning. Because I have purchased plants that are supposed to be hardy in my zone, perfectly hardy, and yet they won't grow well for me. You will find from experience and or local advice of what will really do well in your garden. And if you get plants that thrive easily, it'll just make your gardening life easier. Now, you can experiment with new plants. I do all the time. But if they don't thrive easily for me, or if I have to pamper them or give them all this kinds of extra care, then it's not really worth it to me unless I really absolutely have to have that plant. There are a few plants that I will take into my greenhouses and overwinter that way. But other than that, and I bought a red banana this year. It's here in my office. That one I brought in to see how well it would do overwintering inside. It's doing okay. I'm going to do a video on that soon so I can show it to you, and we'll see how it flies in all winter long in here. I do have it under a grow light though. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. I have links in the description box to other related videos, like my other zoning map video. And then I'll see you in my next video. And if you like this, if this helped you at all, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. They might find it helpful too. Alrighty, I will see you next time. Bye. Hey flower friends, another commenter had left a message that if you put in your 9-digit zip code, that was what mine looks like here, it will bring up a more accurate zoning on the map for you. So I tried it, and I'll just let you see the result. So here I've put it in, search result. It brought up this little blue dot. And so I clicked on the dot, and it says Hardiness Zone 9B. And I'm not a 9B. So that isn't accurate. Now, why it's not accurate for me, and it may be for you, is that 0630 is my post office box, not a location. So everybody who gets their mail at this post office, if they put in, they could live 20 miles up the road and get their mail here, or 20 miles down the road, the mountain. And so this would not give you an accurate result based on that. So I just wanted to let you know that little bit. If you have heard that if you put in the whole 9-digit, now if you get the mail at your home and you use that, whatever your 9-digit is, it may come up accurate. I don't know, because I don't have a home address like that where I get mail delivered here. So that's just an addendum to this little video, and I hope you found it helpful. I'll see you later. Bye.